So, a new character to walk with in today's video. What I want to talk about today is the new characters releasing in 3.4, being Phainon in the Fae collab. Now, I'm going to be a little more chill in this video. My throat hurts, right? So, I did like 2 streams today. I think I did, or tried to record 2 videos and only recorded 1. So it's going to be a little more calm. Sorry for not sounding all that energetic, right? So, we have got Phainon, we have got Saber, and we have got Archer. I will be talking about the older characters buffs later on when I have more free time to actually look at it. However, I want to do like a blind, like first time review off of seeing the gameplays of all 3 of these characters, right? Let's start off with Archer. Archer actually looks really fucking good. Now, unfortunately, I can only find, because these stupid showcasers, man, E2 Sparkle, E1 Tribby sustainless runs with Archer. So obviously the numbers he's hitting in these things are just not comparable. Like, I'm just not going to use that as a standard. However, even considering that you get rid of all that, I think he's still pretty strong. Like, he's still probably going to be hitting like 300 to 400k a skill, and he can do it up to like 3 to 4 times in a row depending what teammates you have, right? Like, if you run it with Sparkle or if you run it with Sunday, both at like max stacks, you can, or sorry, max skill points, you can do, I think, up to like 4 of these in a row. Because, oh wait, I'm mistaken. You can only do 3 in a row if you're running with Sunday, and you can do 4 with Sparkle. You need the E1 to do more than this, right? The reason being, Archer adds 1 max skill point to the team, so even without Sparkle, you can have 6 skill points on Archer's team. However, he consumes 2 skill points per enhanced skill. So this means he can only do it 3 times on a Sunday team, but with Sparkle, he can do it, honestly, he can do it up to 4 times, and then if Sparkle ults while he's doing shit, he can do it 2 more times on top of that. So yeah, Sparkle is basically this guy's best in slot. It is what it is, right? Am I going to pull Sparkle for Archer, even though he looks very promising in my opinion? No. Like, I am not going to pull a support for literally just 1 DPS, right? So, Sparkle havers, Sparkle copers, you finally got someone that you can use. And the best part is he's free. Like, this guy's investment, like, you can go for an E1 or you can go for S1 without much issue because of the fact that his actual character copy is free. And once again, he is strong. I'd argue he's looking stronger than Phainon, at least in a best in slot team, because his single target damage is just absolutely fucking bonkers, right? So that's my opinion on that. After this, let's talk about Saber. Saber's best in slot team seems to be like maybe a Sunday Robin Woho synergy, right? One of those types, the Aglaya types, right? So Saber gains charges towards her own ult through allies ulting, right? And of course, you can use energy on Saber to increase the energy cap to get to the ult faster. So this is why Sunday Robin Woho is recommended, right? Saber doesn't look too crazy in my opinion, right? Another character who's kind of getting glazed by the leakers currently in terms of like sustainless runs and very high cost. I can't really tell just how good her performance really is. I would say for general pull value, she does seem to be better than Archer for the sole fact that Archer is a hunt character. Hunt characters usually never perform well in pure fiction. However, of course, he's still probably going to be good in APOC and MOC especially. But destruction characters just they tend to last a little longer, be a little more universal. You know, destruction characters can tackle AoE content without much issue usually, and they can for sure tackle single target and just shit on, you know, blast. So they have like this sweet spot in the middle that makes them really, really good in terms of path pull value. So I'll say Archer and Saber pretty similar. I honestly like Archer's Saber and Archer's animations and playstyle more than I like Saber's, and even Phainon's, right? I think this is just something with the hunt characters that just hits like crack cocaine. I truly just can't get enough of like the follow-ups, the multiple attacks, right? Like, I'm a huge sucker for it when it comes to these hunt characters, right? So those are my first impressions. Saber, I don't think she's anything that game breaking. She's good, but not anything crazy. Archer, to be honest, the exact same thing. He might have his niches where he's really good at, similar to like an Anoxus situation, but I don't think he's game breaking by any means. But for Sparkle havers, I would say if you have your Sparkle bench right now, this is an absolutely amazing pickup. Like, I'm not even like trying to troll or anything, right? Be disrespectful to Sparkle like I have for many previous videos. I truly think that Archer is just a top tier DPS in his current state, right? I saved the best for last. Phainon needs a fucking nerf. I don't care what anyone says. This character is way too fucking busted. Now, I've seen people comparing him to Acheron power creep. It's not that bad. He is the strongest main DPS currently. However, Castress is still stronger because of like her full team and stuff. However, when he actually does get his best in slot team, I don't even want to imagine what it's gonna look like. This man is already getting 2 and 3 cost 0 cycles in endgame with like Ting Yun, Bronya, and like RMC, right? I am genuinely scared for the future of the game if this guy doesn't fucking get nerfed. And I say this as someone who's pulling for him, by the way. I am pulling for Phainon. I made my video on the community poll thing. Phainon was the highest voted, so I already plan to pull him anyways, especially after those animations. But it's like, holy hell. For reference, by the way, if you run Phainon sustainless, this guy can do like over 1 million single target damage on a single attack, and he gets like 7 or 8 attacks in this ult, 4 of them being the big one that I just mentioned that does 1+ million single target damage. He has a counter, you know, attack. If there's like a lot of enemies on field, you can use the counter attack to gather more stacks for the enhanced ultimate, and also still deal like 700k damage, right? So I do have to say Phainon just looks way too overtuned for someone who doesn't have a best in slot team yet. You gotta keep in mind, this guy is getting Ceridra in 3.5, who has been hyped up as the character who quote unquote will let him shine. Like, what does that even fucking mean? If he isn't shining now, he's gonna be shining as bright as the fucking sun in 3.5. And he's gonna get another best in slot sustain in 3.6, being Dawn Hung Preservation, who can put a summon on all allies on the team, which allows Sunday's full like buff for characters who have summons on them to activate for Phainon, giving him 50% more damage bonus. And because it's a summon stuck to Phainon, it'll likely be there in his transformation state doing whatever, whether it be giving him buffs, doing damage, whatever, right? It'll be there helping him. Now, this is my personal theoretical. After seeing Phainon's gameplay, I think it makes sense for the Dragon Summon to absorb damage taken by the wearer because of Phainon's counterattack. His counterattack attack, right? This is like the second best attack he has outside of the enhanced one, but this counterattack doesn't consume stacks as far as I know. So this is basically what you always use when you don't have enough stacks for enhanced skill, and it does a really good amount of damage. So it would make sense if the dragon could absorb damage that Phainon takes from this counterattack and then dish it out on enemies, whether it be through an action bar, like he has a certain amount of action to go through before he dishes out the damage, or maybe it's literally every single time he's hit. I'm not sure. However, this is my own theoretical, not confirmed, but it is confirmed he will have a summon and put it on teammates. So Phainon will take full advantage of Sunday's kit in the future. So it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, this guy is a little too overtuned in my opinion. I do hope he gets nerfed. Surprise, surprise, he has the best E6 DPS Eidolon investment in the entirety of the game. Who could have fucking guessed, right? I just think he's overtuned. Animations wise, oh my fucking god. I literally just gave Kartethia the crown of the best animations in any gacha game I've ever seen, just for Phainon to take the crown literally 1 or 2 weeks later. I genuinely thought that Phainon's animations would not be even close to Castrus's level. I could see it maybe close, right? Maybe, but I didn't think it'd be close. But holy fuck, right? Like, oh, like, I hate to say this, right? I hate to say this, you know. I regret getting E2S1 My Day, knowing I could have just used it on Phainon and his team, because they share the exact same fucking best in slot teammates. But I digress. I love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Let me know what you guys think about all these characters. Obviously, Phainon was the longest segment here. You know, he has the abs, right? The pecs. Yeah. Love y'all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.